guys, welcome to Table Talk. On this show, we get wacky, and we talk about all sorts of fun stuff, and we take your topics, we put them in this new bowl we just got yesterday.
We swish them around.
We swish them around, make a fun sound.
Yes. That's my nails.
And then we read them.
And then we read them to you. But before we read these topics, we could go to domain.com, who brought you this episode, and read some website-y stuff. It doesn't have to be a .com. You can get a .ninja, you can get a .expert if you feel you're an expert. And if you put in the code SFNERD, you get 15% off all of your domain and web hosting stuff.
Can I use .scrotum?
Maybe. Do you think they have that? They have over 200 file extensions, so
I would
maybe
love Steve Zaragoza
.scrotum. I just want .scrotum
What about
for you.
.st?
.st.
It's
Can we do
real long.
.st?
St.
And you have to, and everyone gets 404s because they don't do the right E's.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
There's
if you
gotta be
tell people blah, 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 .st, how
Yeah.
many E's?
I mean, I think the standard st is three E's. No,
Yeah.
no, two.
It's like 3 V's.
No, shit, STEE.
Because it's just missing the V.
Yeah.
Well, now you know.
Will and I talk about this thing constantly, and it's called the Switch.
Okay, tell me about the Switch.
And I want there to be this like switch that if you flip it, the entire world gets as weird as Will and I get sometimes.
Oh my God, it'd be the end of the world.
And
You know this is the apocalypse Switch.
Would we
That's
be
what you're
happier?
asking for.
But I mean, like, it would be like Toontown in Roger Rabbit, essentially.
Continue this thought through.
It would be like wackiness everywhere.
Because I love Toontown.
Right? Toontown's pretty great.
A lot of scrotes out.
Smile, Danya, smile.
There were
yeah,
no
there would be.
scrotes out in
There,
that
I mean,
scene.
but in R1, there definitely would
No,
be.
there's
scrotes.
I mean, there was
Scrotes in
some
Toontown.
sexy stuff.
It would be like, okay. Like, I have a dream that one day we'll turn on the television and there will be a soap opera where there's a man speaking to a woman. And
His scrote's just out.
and the cameras are very close to their faces. And they're saying very, like, thoughtful things to each other. And the shots are just
Right there.
uncomfortably close. But it's a normal script for...
You know you can make this.
And then, when it cuts to the wide... the man definitely has his scrotum out.
Of course he does, dude.
And the woman just... blood starts coming out of her nose. And they continue the scene.
They're gonna
You know
run out of
what?
ideas one day, and that will have to be.
I want it!
I
want
will watch that show and say I'm so happy for Steve Zaragoza
Thank you,
that
Trisha.
he made this program.
One day I will get a show like that on TV.
I
Maybe
know.
it'll be on Adult Swim or something.
This
But
I
it's
don't
just
doubt
like-
it.
And my
This
idea
close on
is
the
I take
brain.
the scripts from
It's just like
super
right up
fucking
the
close.
nose.
This close.
Like it's just uncomfortable. Like it's hard to watch.
Have you ever seen that program with those cameras that are like super motion sensitive, so they follow a target around and make
Oh,
it
yeah,
seem
yeah,
like
yeah.
the
I've
center
seen
of the
them at
frame?
CES.
I want that for the face. So like whenever
They're
they move around,
shows?
no, not
Cameras.
shows. There's special cameras
Yeah.
that follow. Like if you bounce a tennis ball, the ball stays in the center of the frame.
Oh,
Everything
that's
goes-
amazing.
I
So you want, like,
the
people
face-
running and stuff?
Yeah, like,
Yeah, they're like amazing.
on the face.
They're like amazing for if you have like a tripod set up on the beach and you're surfing and you wear the thing that it follows. No matter where you're surfing, the camera just follows
Oh,
you.
Yeah.
It's like,
So it's just
Super
the
cool.
face this close the whole time.
I love it. I wanted to, yeah, there we go. Let's combine that technology with my soap opera idea. And that's not where it ends. You change the channel, and there's something completely different there. It's almost like, remember Conan O'Brien used to do the cable channels on the
I love Conan
on the
O'Brien.
show, like way back when.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like that. But like I want, if I were to somehow rule the world,
Oh,
which would
boy.
never happen.
Again, the
that's
apocalypse
What it,
switch.
that's what it would be. All TV would be backwards as shit.
So Steve Zaragoza for president, ladies and gentlemen.
Like anytime they'd show like a Transformers movie on TV or like a Fast and the Furious movie, it would still play on TV, but it would be playing backwards.
Does it have like the VHS squiggly lines through it, or it's
No,
just
it would be
backwards?
great HD
Okay.
quality. It's just playing from
Okay.
end to beginning, literally like hey, and it would be doing that the whole movie.
Okay.
I hope he animates that.
Good movies would be going forward though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just the bad ones.
And you're the one judging.
I'm the
all
one
of it.
judging.
You're-
That's the
I
Furious
decree
backwards.
that this is
Yeah.
a shitty program.
Sir, we have to show Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Backwards and upside down. Air it.
All right, so let's get to a question, y'all. Dr. Evil at Jerry D. Taylor 5 says, would you rather adopt a baby every time you hear Don't Stop Believing or miss the last 15 minutes of every movie?
This is 15 minutes.
Oh my God, this is a nightmare.
It's not a hard question.
It's not hard because obviously I don't want.
I would adopt a baby.
Here's the problem,
Every
though.
time you heard that song.
And
I would
thing.
have so many babies.
Here's the thing, though. Can I say
All
something?
of the babies, and I'd be happy because I'd be like, don't
damn.
stop believing. It'd be great.
Trisha, imagine having 30 babies.
Yay!
Way more than I'd have way more babies. Than
But like,
30.
imagine like, because that's a popular fucking song.
Yeah.
Figure if you're not seeking that song out, you probably hear that song, what, 5 times a year?
Why does that not sound big to you? That's 5 babies a year.
Okay.
That's so many babies.
Imagine having 5 babies in 1 year.
Yay!
Oh my God.
I'm down.
Eventually they'll band together and go after you in your sleep.
No, they're your little army.
And then someone's gonna find out.
I'm gonna sick 'em on Steve.
Someone's gonna find out that this is the problem you have, and they're just gonna play "Don't Stop Believing" in your house.
No!
all day. They're just gonna play it
I was
over
just
and
like
over
a real
and over
life
again.
troll. And just
Yeah. It's like Say Anything, but instead it's playing "Don't Stop Believing." It's this troll
Wait,
outside.
is it John Cusack though?
It's not John Cusack.
Oh.
It's a troll.
If it was John Cusack, that'd be okay.
It is John Cusack, but it's a troll named John Cusack.
Oh,
the name of the character.
so wait, so you would be okay missing the last 15 minutes of every movie?
I would have to because I love
If
Don't
this is
Stop
the
Believing.
trade-off.
Not just movies you've already seen.
I know,
Future
even new
movies
ones. I
that
know.
you will never know the answer to
I know,
these
but the
movies.
problem is that there's no way to never hear "Don't Stop Believing" ever again.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
I don't think that's true. I think you could find a way.
No way.
No,
You'll be
Earplugs.
at a bar.
Earplugs all
Wait,
the
you're wearing
time.
earplugs everywhere?
You wouldn't live here. You live by yourself up in the mountains. That's the only way you would not be able to hear that song.
Or,
It's in
okay,
commercials,
get
it's
this
in movies,
plan.
TV shows.
Earplugs everywhere you go, and you just carry around like a magnadoodle with you that you write on, please don't play Don't Stop Believing.
Are you
walk
kidding me?
into an
That's like
establishment
saying, please
and
play
show
Don't
them.
Stop
No,
Believing.
Please don't play. And you can actually type up a legal document that you make them sign when you go into a place saying they legally will not play Don't Stop
I
Believing.
think that you live in a world that I don't want to live in.
Well, because my world is all order,
Yeah.
and as we've established
And
at the beginning
order-
of this episode, your world is ultimate
But
chaos.
like yours is order, but also like relies on people being good and,
It does
and,
rely on
and giving a shit about you holding a magnadoodle that says please don't play this song. Because all that seems like to me is there's a hidden camera somewhere and someone's gonna play that song.
That's because you're a little.
If someone walked into a bar
Here's the thing, Steve
and they were
is
holding
that one little effer that would be like, hee hee.
No, I
he
just
said,
no.
don't play it.
would,
I'm gonna
no,
play it now.
It wouldn't come from a place of anger or of vindictiveness
from
or revenge. It
mischievousness.
wouldn't even come from mischievousness. If I saw someone come into a bar with a sign with a fucking magnadoodle that said "Please don't play Don't Stop Believing," first I would laugh because I'd be like, "Oh, that's great," because
Yeah.
they're sick of hearing "Don't Stop Believing."
Sure.
They play it everywhere. People are sick of this song.
Yeah.
But then I'd be like, "All right," and I'd pull my phone out and I'd go over to them and be like, "Hey, have you heard the new Kanye?" And then I'd play "Don't Stop Believing."
And that's not you being a wiener?
No, it's just because it seems like if you're gonna come into a place that says don't do
What
something,
if I made you
want that
legally
thing to
sign?
happen.
Oh, what if you're like a war vet and it's PTSD and you come with that reason and you have like a medical
So
release?
the sign says I have PTSD. Please
Please
don't
don't
play
play
Don't
Please
Stop
do
Believing.
not- yeah, now, it would have to be a really horrible person.
See, I feel
play.
like you draw up an online waiver that people can e-sign on your
No.
tablet or whatever.
No.
That says whoever
No.
plays Don't Stop Believing has this baby for 18
No,
years.
Trisha,
It's
because-
the
because-
baby becomes their responsibility.
No.
you
You
put
can't
it
stop.
on them?
Yeah.
It's
Look.
your problem though.
Hold on. I've only been into a Hooters once in my life, and I heard "Don't Stop Believing" 7 times while I was in it. There's no way you
don't
can
go to
you
Hooters.
cannot prevent yourself from going to some public place and like let's say you're at the 3rd Street Promenade or you're like fucking hanging out
Well,
at the
anytime
Grove.
you go out in public, you wear earplugs
Or
until you
the
can get people
radio.
to sign that document.
Or you just missed the last 15 minutes
and
of a
then
movie
if you end
and
up with
guess
like
what?
one or two a year, bonus.
Jesus Christ. I just got an idea. When you miss the 15 minutes of the movie, you can read the script when you get home.
There we go.
No!
Someone can tell you. Just
Loophole!
something. Just something.
Loophole!
I don't want that many babies.
What the fuck was that ding?
I would like
That
to be
was an
like, I
idea.
love movies so much that I'd be like, fuck it, I'll do the baby thing, that's fine. And then I go see a movie, and in the last 15 minutes, they play Don't Stop Believing. No! Babies! All right. That was a good question. I like that.
That was
Really good
original. I like
Yes, points for originality. ThinkTron says, I created a machine that lets you watch movies from the future. What do you want to watch first? I'd say JJ's Star Wars.
Okay.
I say all the Marvel movies. That
Yeah,
are slated
every
to
one.
come out.
Oh,
They're slated
that's
to come
a
out,
good
and I'd
fucking
watch
Okay,
them
you
in
can only
order.
pick one. You can only pick one in all of the upcoming slate of Marvel stuff.
Can you give me a part 1, part 2, so I can watch the last Avengers, or do I have
You
to only watch
can't.
one?
No,
I have
no.
to, okay, I'll watch the last Avengers. I'll watch the last.
The
Avengers,
final
the
ever
final
Avengers.
one, and I could probably pick up what I missed.
Oh man, could you imagine though that the final ever Avengers movie? Because like here's what I'm thinking about with Marvel and Disney and their whole plan. Because like
Oh,
they've
boy.
done this in
Here we go.
they've done this in the comic book world. So I feel like because already Robert Downey Jr. is done being Iron Man.
He's gonna be at 9 times.
It's
I think.
yeah, and it's only a matter of time before Hemsworth is like, I'm done with Thor, and everyone else is just like done. Like Scarlett Johansson's like won 3 Oscars, she's done with the damn superhero thing. So like, they're probably just gonna reset. Is someone becoming a moose in this?
I think that's what's happening.
Someone transforming into a moose.
It's a noisy day in the office today.
So what I'm thinking is they'll reboot the Avengers.
They'll just
eventually.
redo everything.
So with that said, you want to see like the final reboot, like in the
no,
year
no.
70, 52?
No, of this
Infinity
series.
War.
Of,
Infinity
okay,
War.
of the current
Okay,
Marvel
yeah, of the
universe.
current Marvel, yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen. It could turn into complete garbage. I feel like they're not gonna let that movie be complete garbage, or
Yeah.
those movies, everything that's about to come out.
Right.
So I'm excited to see what they do.
Isn't that weird to think about though, that there is going to be a final Avengers movie in this series,
Yeah.
but like in this universe with
It's
these.
Well, that's
weird.
what comic books do.
I know, but it's
weird.
weird to
I
think
love
about
it.
it because it's like you've already fallen in love with these actors who are playing these characters, and you fall in love with these characters. So like now you'll have
You
to
gotta
like
do it again.
You have to do it again, and I wonder if it's gonna be like a Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield situation
Sorry.
where it's like,
You don't like that.
you know,
don't
I
like
always
that.
thought personally that like if anyone's gonna replace Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and I'm not saying they should or this is a great idea, I'm saying Jeremy Piven should do it.
Same style of humor.
Same style of humor. He's got kind of like a Robert Downey Jr. style and
Not as
sophistication.
sexy though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I
Not
feel like
as
he's
smooth.
but only if you were going for someone like, let's say they want to make some more Avengers movies. Robert Downey Jr. is out, but everybody else is back in. I'd say Jeremy Piven would be.
Yeah,
I'd
that,
say
that
Colin
wouldn't be
Farrell.
a bad one.
Wait, did I say the right name? Did I say the right name?
Which
Who's
one
the
did you
Irish guy who played
Yeah,
Bullseye
yeah,
in
yeah.
Daredevil?
Yeah, yeah,
Colin
yeah.
Farrell? I'd say him.
Colin Farrell.
I feel like he has the chops to do it. I don't know about
Colin
comedian.
Farrell would be.
Yeah, he has the look too, which is like
Yeah.
a big thing
Yeah.
about it. The Jeremy Piven, I don't. Maybe I just have to see him with facial hair. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Entourage really,
Yeah.
so I don't know that much.
But he's
about
just
him.
like fast talking and witty and like
Yeah,
that's what I
it's
want
the
out of
same,
my
it's
Tony
the same
Stark.
sense of humor. I agree. If I could watch any movie from the future, well, okay. So do we have the ability to like? Because what I'd ultimately want to do is go like 100 years into the future and then take the most award-winning, critically acclaimed film from the past 100 years.
Well, you gotta pinpoint it. You gotta, because like I would also go
Because like I want to see the next Gone with the Wind. That's what I want to see, and
Well,
I can't right now predict what that's going
God, I
to
don't
be
think
because
there-
I'm not in the future.
well,
but like, if we go
There
100
has to
years in the
be.
future
I don't
and take the
know.
most critically acclaimed, award-winning film from that century, my hope
But
would
let's
be
talk
that would be
about,
another
like,
huge epic like Gone with the Wind.
Okay, really quick though. Let's
Yeah.
talk like the reason why I personally feel like there might be something like in which ways though? Because Gone with the Wind is fantastic, but there's so many reasons why it's so good.
Right, that's what I mean. I want another movie that has so many reasons why it's so
Okay,
good.
so well, with that said, because you
Like
got to
in-
think about how Gone with the Wind also came out at a time when those kind of like big epic kind of like love story movies were kind of like the norm. Like those were the kind of like that was the first time.
But
what am I
even
trying to say?
amidst all
Not
those
sure.
big
It was a-
epic
it was a-
love stories, it stood above the rest because it's so
Right,
so
and I
good.
feel like the so. Oh really?
Sam,
But
movie
I
night.
understand what you're saying. Continue.
I
Yeah.
feel like the
Movie
social climate and the economic climate and the cinema age in the time that it came out in made it so much more of a progressive thing.
That gives the particular flavor to that film, but I think that there still will be cinema great smash hits like that in the future. They'll be entirely different. It won't be exactly like Gone with the Wind, but it'll be another that epicness.
So it would have to be it would have to be something that like had the because like right now, like when was the last time we saw
Well, it
a
could
movie?
be, for example, if Interstellar was everything everybody wanted it to be and more. Like, I'm not saying it has to be that genre. I'm not saying, it could, it could be any genre, but it's a movie that everyone is just like, damn.
Okay. Let me put it this way.
That's the movie I needed to see before I died.
So how about this? If that's how you feel about Gone with the Wind, do you think there has been a film since Gone with the Wind that gives you that much of a Gone with the Wind feeling? Because that's my argument.
I think people would argue that perhaps about Titanic. I wouldn't. But
sure.
I wouldn't specifically, but some people might. I mean, I'm just saying a movie that impresses us and moves us to that degree.
I don't know. I honestly feel like when Gone with the Wind came out, people weren't used to seeing movies like that in the theater. So for that to happen,
I mean, Wizard of Oz was right around.
But I mean, like Gone with the Wind.
But it's not Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind is so much more like there's so much more dramatic. There's so many more dramatic. What is it about? The war? Which war is it about? I forgot.
It's the Civil War, darling.
It's the Civil War, right? It's got there's all sorts of dramatic under and overtones, and I feel like with
Yankees.
With Wizard of Oz, it was just like a family movie, and it was just kind of like Wizard of Oz is fantastic, but I feel like what I'm trying to say is that potion for it being so different at the time.
I don't know.
You think that can't be done again?
I don't know. That's the question. Because I feel like because in order for there to be like the next big movie, it would have to be something that is so ambitious and so different.
Right. So that's what I mean. So I don't think it would need to be of the historical genre. Like if the next.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying like
if the next movie was so ambitious and that like people are trying with HFR and it didn't necessarily work, but some new type of filmmaking, some new technique, something that just blows everyone out of the water.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Whatever that next big thing is.
I keep wanting to jump to James Cameron's Avatar just because
they tried
and it was so ambitious and it was such a thing where he's like, I've been working on this for 10 years and the technology is so insane and like it was going to be this big spectacle. And honestly, I feel like the last big spectacle movie in my generation, for my generation, was probably Independence Day. Because Independence Day was one of those things where it was like, it was my generation. So it was like 4th of July. It's huge. It's got big stars in it. These aliens are gonna attack the White House. It's all this imagery that's powerful, and it's like these kind of big action elements, so to me that was like the big tentpole film of my generation, along with like Jurassic Park
But people are trying constantly to make movies that are on a whole different scale.
And that's why
at some point someone will succeed in doing that to the point that it knocks everybody's socks off again.
Right. Would it be
like an immersive thing? Like would it be like
it could be like a holographic film. Like who knows? Who knows what it could be?
I've been like sitting here trying to like what
Well, see, that's
what the hell
thing.
could the next genre be?
And that's
what would
the
they
problem,
do?
because we're already a generation of people now that are like all about their entertainment now. We've got it on their phones.
And now people are talking about virtual reality movie viewing experiences.
But not only that, we've got with the theater experience and the movie experience, you can duplicate that in your home now. So it's not even about like the theater spectacle anymore. With the 3D experience, you can also do that in your home. You can watch movies on your fucking phone. You can watch them on the plane.
Still a great thing could be made that you watch in your home.
It's true, but it's like it's almost like because of the social climate, it has to depend. Like it really must depend on more than just like a filmmaker making a movie. It would
be more than spectacle. It would be spectacle. It would be grand scale. It would be new technology. It would be a story that is through all the generations hits everyone. It needs, in my opinion, to be that kind of movie. It needs to hit on all those fronts.
I think the biggest thing is that the technology needs to catch up or try something new. I think the next thing would have to be, why do people like YouTube so much? Why do the younger audiences attached to YouTube? It's because they feel like they can know the person that they're watching.
Right.
So what if you made a movie that did the same thing? And what I mean by that is not just like you have characters, you have actors who can be amazing, and you cry and you feel for them, but you're still feeling for them. You don't feel with them. You understand what I mean?
Sure.
So what if you watched a movie where the technology could make you feel so immersive that you actually feel like you're a part
because
of the story?
And
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
mixed with a story that hits everybody on all fronts, kind of like a Toy Story kind of feel, you know, like if you take the best aspects from all these movies that we can say over the last 20 years maybe have been fantastic. Like I referenced Titanic because of all the extras and all the scale involved in the filming of that movie. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like
sure.
if we mix the scale of this, the heart of this, the new technology that's in this, and touch on all those fronts, I believe that in the next 100 years we will have another movie that touches on all of those.
Maybe, but I think it still comes down to the whole thing of like people, like everyone has their different opinions, and like I feel like Raiders of the Lost Ark is literally the most perfect movie
And some
ever
people
made.
absolutely despise
some
Gone
people-
with the Wind.
right, and
So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're not going to reach a movie that will be able to appease
Right.
everyone, but it would be very cool to see what they can do.
Interesting.
to
with
see what like the
entertainment.
best of the next 100 years
I can talk about
is.
this for hours.
Yeah,
and
I
by
can.
the way, I
Yeah.
think another movie I'd like to see way down into the future is like the remake
Of The Hobbit?
of The Hobbit / Lord of the Rings, because you know what's gonna happen at some
we
point.
need to go to Middle Earth again. I hope they
wanna go
I
back.
hope they go back before we die.
Yeah,
I hope they go
me
back
too.
before we
They
die.
probably won't, but I would like to.
Well,
as
Steve's planning on killing himself in his 40s. So
No, I just plan on dying in my 40s.
You just plan on it?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, I've not heard him say he doesn't want to get old, so he's just gonna off himself in his 40s.
I'm so
I think
excited to
50s,
be old. I'm
50s.
already an
It's
old
my
man.
50s.
That was the wussiest shot I ever
55, 56.
took. 55, 56?
Yeah.
Adrian Saldalva from I read that wrong. Twitter. What is your?
It's gonna be up on the screen.
Okay.
So like hiding
caught
it
me.
is not gonna matter.
You caught me. I can't read. What's your favorite type of table? Mine is a short round table.
Oh!
I read the
I really
question.
want to find out who the name is.
I have
Because
a
I think we need
tie.
to find out. You don't want me to see the name, do you? Let me see the
I
name.
don't know where
it's
this-
It's on the screen right now.
No, it's not.
So you fling it over there. No?
What did you say? Salvadora's? All right, I can't wait.
You 100% just did that. Like, you can't see me!
Yeah, you did. It doesn't matter because it's there on the screen. It's probably still on the screen.
All right, so favorite type of table.
Favorite type of table? I like the kind of table where everyone can sit and have a bite to eat
That's
together.
sweet of you, Steven. I have a tie for favorite type of table. I like really, really flipping, huge, ornately carved wooden tables like you would see in a castle. And I also like bistro tables that are higher with like the mosaic top that just seat two.
I think I like.
You like a good cedar or
I like a good.
pine, like a mahogany,
Like
or
a cherry,
mahogany's nice.
like a cherry,
cherry.
like a redwood.
Sure.
Like a nice,
kind of stain you got on that, bro.
like a really nice table that has a good musk
Sure.
to it.
Oh,
Like
it
it's like
smells.
yeah, like you
You
just
got like
gets in there, it gets in your clothes.
What does it smell like? Like the woods?
Smells like man.
damp wood.
Okay.
Smells like
damp,
hot,
like
damp wood.
Yeah, and I like. Well, I mean, I like it to. I like it to be bigger than
Like how big you think?
bigger.
Like how many dads do you think you could fit at a table like that?
You guys are 100% like narrating a gay porn. 100%. Go back and listen to that.
There's
Go
no
back
way!
and
What kind of gay porn do you watch?
of how musky, big.
You must be watching Sundance gay porn.
I'm just saying,
Or
go
Tribeca
back
Film Festival.
and listen to that audio. That's all I'm
the
saying.
gay porns you're watching have won awards at Cannes. For sure.
Is that a thing?
I don't think so. I would love it.
Really snooty awards for porn.
I would
Oh,
love
one
that.
day in the
Oh yeah, there
future.
are porn
One
awards.
day.
There
I
are
don't know
porn
about-
awards, but I don't think that they're like Snoopy, like
Yeah.
snooty highfalutin.
Yeah, there's no like this like guy that's like
the
"Huh,
cinematography.
the mise en scene was off.
It was a very Deus Ex Machina ending, and I'm
Yeah,
just not
love
sure
it.
how I felt
The
about it.
device of using a dildo, I thought, was rather complimentary.
Don't bite that dildo. That's not nice.
Oh my God.
Guys, thank you so much much for watching Table Talk today. Please just remember that if you would like to make your own awards that are snooty and highfalutin for porn, you can do that on a website that you create with domain.com.
Whoa.
And thanks for being here on this super weird journey with us today. We had ducks and dings and mooses.
Oh my.
I thought the MacGuffin in that film being a butt plug was entertaining.
The merkin was very well designed. Did you just eat a JJ at the
No,
end
it
of
was a
that and
cigarette.
then wink at the
It
audience?
was a cigarette.
You 100% went like this.
Yeah, I ate the cigarette.